So I've had this mustache for about 4 years now. I'm a mustache guy, and I grew it because my girlfriend wanted me to. She likes mustaches, and I'd never had any facial hair before, so I'm like, all right, I'll try something new. And I had the mustache for about 6 months, and I ran into this woman, Hannah, who I used to work with. And the first words out of her mouth, she goes, "Oh my God, Brad, you look like a child molester." That's what she said to me. First thing, not hi. I was like, "What's new with you, Hannah? How's it? Where are you working at now?" Things have been pretty good with me, but I thought about that, and what's funny is Hannah was trying to be nice by saying that to me. She really was. Because what she meant was, you don't look attractive. That's basically what... Because when a woman describes a guy's appearance as looking like a child molester, that's basically what they mean. You never hear like a group of women talking like, "Yeah, I've been talking to this new guy. He's really cute. He's got like this child molester vibe about him, but I'm really into it. He's sexy." No, they just... mean she doesn't like the way you look. And I was upset because I could never say that to Hannah, no matter what she looked like. And that is a positive, I think, about being a woman, is it's got to be nice to not have an aesthetic that makes you look like a child molester. That's pretty cool. You never hear someone say, like, "What the fuck is up with that blouse, Debbie? Are you a pedophile?" My God, what? Did you pick that out? Good God. That's good. I'm 33. I don't have any kids. I know that's not the best joke to do after the last one. I don't have no children. But can't really afford kids. My girlfriend's brother, him and his wife have 4 kids. And they make enough money that they refer to their kids as blessings. I don't know if you've seen people that do this, but no, good for them. They make enough money. Blessings, that's fine. But when you're in the tax bracket that I'm in, like, I have to look at potential children the same way I treat a DUI. I have to look at it's the exact same process where it's like, you got one, okay, buddy, you screwed up. But you can't beat yourself up too bad. But it's just, figure this out, man. Come on. This is not the end of the world. Do better. You got 2, I don't know what you're thinking. It's very irresponsible. Your whole life is this now. You understand that, right? You have to buckle down. 3, okay. The only way the situation is going to be, but you're going to have to go to jail for a little bit, man. It's the only way. It's the only way you're going to learn. God damn. It's true. Have a girlfriend. We've been together 5 years. I love her very much. And the pandemic was tough for us. I think it tested a lot of relationships. It definitely tested ours. It was funny because I remember it was March 13th, 2020, and I remember the date because it's right before shit hit the fan. My girlfriend sent me a text message, and the text message said, "I feel like I never see you anymore." That's what it said. Because before that, I had been working a lot before the pandemic, and that text message haunted her for a year and a half. She was like, "Oh my God, what did I just sing way too much of this guy?" And like, it brought us closer in a lot of ways. We found out we really do love each other, but at the same time, I think she realized I'm not a fan of this guy, if that makes sense. She's like, he doesn't need to. He can go somewhere else most of the time, and I'd still love him. That's fine. This is a true story. We're like 5 months into the height of COVID. We're just hanging out. It's just us in the apartment. And out of nowhere, my girlfriend just goes, "Hey, babe, if you ever wanted to go and like get a massage with a happy ending, I would be okay with that. That's a cool thing." Because she's basically just saying, "Please leave the house. Can you just not be here? You got to pay to get jerked off. That's fine. Just don't be here for a little. Go somewhere else, please." Another true story. It was like right in the middle of the pandemic. We had been hanging out a lot, and it's like I was like, I didn't want to watch Netflix another night, and I just gotten out of the shower, right? And my girlfriend is an artist, so she was in the living room working on a painting, and I was naked. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go dance naked in the living room for my girlfriend right now. It's something new. We haven't done this yet. Maybe spice it up a little. Maybe she'll think it's sexy, but. I walk into our living room, and we have this giant window. The blinds are open, and the lights are on. It looks out into the street in front of our house. Everyone can see in to our living room. And I'm ass naked, and I get right up next to the window, and I just kind of start like doing this back, which is like shaking my dick in an open window. But I was naked, so you could kind of hear some rhythmic slapping. It was pretty good, I thought. And my girlfriend looks up from the painting that she's working on and then looks back down and then looks up and goes, babe, what the hell are you doing? It's very unsafe. You shouldn't be doing that close to an open window because there could be like some creepy guy out there that sees you doing that. He already knows where you live. He could end up, finding you online and stalking you and harassing you. The hell are you doing? That's what I said. What? That's what I wasn't expecting that reaction. But then I was like, oh yeah, she's a woman. She's been a woman her whole life, and women have other things they have to worry about when they're naked in front of a window. I was like, babe, that's very sweet. You understand, I'm the creep in this situation, right? There's not... That guy who would be out there, that's me in here right now. That's who that is. There's not some guy, it's some mystery man. Like, who is this guy shaking his dick? Oh my God. To find out more about him. That's when I realized she truly does love me. I've never had someone love me that much where she saw me shaking my flaccid penis in a window. She should have broke up with me. No one would have thought, like, yeah, he was doing what? Yeah, you should break up with that guy. But her immediate reaction was like, no, someone out there could love that so much. They're gonna end up stalking this guy and maybe take him away from me. He's clearly a treat. Look at him. This guy's I don't want the world to know what I have in here. It's true love. That is true love right there. I love her very much. I work in the service industry. I don't know if we have any other service industry people out there. Yeah, it's good. What's up? Oh, you loved it? Oh, yeah, exactly. The restaurant I worked at during the pandemic, it closed, so I had to get a retail job for a little bit. And I've only ever worked in restaurants since I was 15. So that made retail the most professional work setting I've ever been in. It was a suit and tie job. It's the first work environment I've ever been since I was 15 where it wasn't okay to do cocaine at the job. That's every place. It was never allowed. The best way is it was barely frowned upon, if that makes sense. A lot of looking the other way. There was a lot of, it's like, hey, well, David's been up all night doing cocaine. He hasn't gone to bed since he came in for a shift. And if we want him to get through this 10-hour shift today, David's going to have to keep doing cocaine. That's the only... We just fired 3 people. No one else is going to come in. Get in the bathroom. Do what you got to do. You have 2 tables already, David. Go do cocaine. We need you. That stuff would happen. The money's good, but I used to work at a fine dining steakhouse. It's another true story. It was like a Friday night right in the middle of the dinner rush. Crazy busy, and our chef walks back to our big walk-in cooler to get something out of there, and he walks in on my buddy Leo, who I work with, getting a blowjob from his hostess girlfriend in the walk-in refrigerator. And this is what my chef said to Leo, his exact words. He goes, Leo, how many times do I have to tell you not when we're busy? And that was the end of it. And he just got what he needed to get, and it was the end of the situation. It wasn't, hey, you're fired. That's at least 2 health code violations I can see right there. For one, you're both not wearing gloves. And 2, you can't have your dick out next to chicken and shrimp. That's cross-contamination. City of Denver clearly states you got to pick one. It wasn't, hey, go home, we're going to have a talk about how unprofessional you are. It was just, hey, wait till we die down a little bit. Come on. Read the employee handbook. It says you can only get your dick sucked in the walk-in on Tuesdays when we're slow. Jesus Christ. Get unprofessional. I'll do one more thing and then get out of here. Your headliner tonight is fantastic. You're going to love her. This one more little restaurant story. This is something that I did in a restaurant. Funniest thing I've ever done. I get these things called ocular migraines. You guys know what ocular migraines are? If you don't, it's like a migraine, but your vision gets all screwed up. And when I get them, I usually can't see very well at all for almost an hour. And I usually just have to pound water. I'll put on sunglasses because that helps. I just have to lay down, wait for it to pass. The last restaurant I worked at, I got an ocular migraine right in the middle of a very busy shift. And we were so busy, I'm like, I just have to power through this, keep working. And I went and did what I normally did, put on sunglasses because that usually helps. But the restaurant I worked in was pretty dimly lit. So I already couldn't see because of the migraine. And then I put on sunglasses, so I'm very screwed up. And a big part of my job was to bring hot food to people. That's what I had to do. And I had these 2 very heavy, very hot plates of enchiladas walking over this table with 2 businesswomen. They looked like they were having an important lunch. And I get right up to their table, and I have this giant smile on my face because I'm trying to show, like, hey, nothing's wrong with me, right? Everything's fine. And I go, all right, ladies, here's your enchiladas. And I completely shorted where their table was. And I threw their food on the floor. That's why I, like this. Still smiling. And it wasn't like we've been to a restaurant, we've been out to eat, we've seen someone drop something, maybe the server trips, they kind of trace up. That's not what I did at all. I had complete control the entire time. Like, and it looked like I was like, I'm gonna make these enchiladas levitate right now. And it just smashes, makes a loud sound. The restaurant just goes deadly silent, and everyone looks at me. And I just look at the women in a panic, and I go, I can't see. And then I just ran away. I didn't know what to do. Now, our manager that day was a guy named Mike. He was so bad at his job, he would hide when we were busy, so no one would get him for things. He never went and talked to those women. I went and, like, dealt with my migraine, and I came back, and one of my coworkers was like, yeah, they just waited around for, like, 10 minutes, and they had to go back to work, so they stepped over the food you dropped. And they left. No one ever talked. That was their dining experience. When they... We're always worried about, like, negative Yelp reviews there. What the hell could those women say? It's like 2.5 stars. We will be back. We just want to know, I think this restaurant, they may be employing blind people as like some sort of a city program, which we think that's great. We support them doing that. They need some help, though. We'd like it if because this guy, he had sunglasses on inside, and he just threw our food on the floor. Gift card would be nice. We just want to know what the fuck was that. That was it was terrifying. Thank you guys so much. Enjoy your headliner. Give it up for Salma, everyone. Thank you.
Give it up for Brad. One more time, you guys. We're required to book one pedophile per show, and so last month it was Gabby.